I'm somewhat discouraged by the fact that the guy who runs, this big Apollo group, Mark Rowan at UPenn, got ignored. If that guy's going to get ignored with his billions, doesn't bode well for the rest of us. But if you get enough billionaires complaining to these universities, they'll listen, because what happens is the university president has to go. That's what they want at UPenn. They want this woman, McGill, to go. And I think she's going to have to, given the amount of pressure that's now getting amped up on her. Ronald Lauder, he, of the Estee Lauder fortune, he wrote a letter to the UPenn president, McGill, very angry about that Palestinian festival and about the university's reaction to what's happened with Hamas. By the way, this is the same university that's bending over backwards to make sure Aaliyah Thomas's feelings don't get hurt. Same university. Right. Can't have any hurt feelings in the pool of the man pretending to be a woman. But those Jews who are worried about dying, F them. Okay, so they write a letter to her, Ronald Lauder, saying, I am so sorry that the graduates will now be tainted by their school's new reputation. You forced me to re-examine my financial support, absent satisfactory measures to address the anti-Semitism at the university. He writes, let me be as clear as I can. I do not want any of the students at the Lauder Institute, the best and brightest at your university, to be taught by any of the instructors who were involved with or supported this event, the one that, the Palestinian festival. So he's making clear and voting with his dollars. Here's, we talked about Winston and Strawn. Let me stick on the universities. UPenn still. Jonathan Jacobson, big donor, wrote to President McGill saying, I'll accept Mark Rowan's challenge of pledging $1 a year until you leave. $1, because I don't want you to think it's accidental or that I've overlooked my annual donation. He writes, enough. It's time to reverse this trend of wokeism, is what he's complaining about, and restore our elite universities to the principles upon which they were founded as places of inquiry, where lively debate, diversity of opinion, and communication across lines of difference is not only cherished, but actually mandated. He writes, the university that I attended and which shaped me is virtually unrecognizable today, and the values it stands for are not American ones. Then you look over in the legal field, and you've got Winston and Strawn revoking the offer of that Rhino Workman who penned the letter at NYU, siding with Hamas entirely, blaming Israel. That was great. Another huge law firm, Davis Polk, has now revoked the offers given to 3 of these students who signed the letters defending Hamas from Harvard and Columbia. Hello, you're replaceable, utterly replaceable. And they do better with students from other tiered schools anyway. You get the students from Harvard and Columbia and Stanford, you know what you're getting at this point. And then there's this guy, a UC Berkeley professor. Could you find a more leftist college institution? Who comes out saying, first in an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, then he went on Laura Ingraham last night, saying, do not hire my anti-Semitic law students. And I'm telling you, they're out there. Here he is making the point in part on her show last night.
What we have in our universities and what people are seeing now is what's been going on for decades. And frankly, it's moral equivocation, justification for persecution of Jews, justification for statements that, frankly, defy critical thinking. Our universities become a bubble where the law school that I'm at, the university I'm at, we teach political ideology. And that political ideology does not allow for Jews to be involved. And it does not, and it allows this type of conduct.
Clearly, Dennis, all these people, the law school professors, the big donors, have been simmering for the past few years as these universities explode into ideological centers as opposed to places that teach you how to think critically. And this seems to have pushed a lot of them over to the point where they are ready to fight. They are ready to speak out. And it is encouraging. You know, I don't mean to lose sight of the fact that we have 1,400 dead Israelis that helped get them there. I mean, they talk about needing something extreme. A lot of us were there but without that. But I, like you, I'm sure, welcome them to the fight.
If this is what awakens the liberal, a lot of conservatives took issue with me when I divided, as I do every single day, between liberalism and leftism. The tragedy is that liberals don't make that division. They don't realize that the left is out to destroy liberalism as much as it is to destroy conservatism. If this is the awakening, then both of us obviously would say that there is something massively good to come out of it. There is a voice in me that is worried that it may not last, but I welcome any awakening that will take place among the liberal masses, if you will. You know, my first education about UPenn was when the English department took down its large mural of William Shakespeare, the greatest writer who ever wrote in the English language. You would think that that's what the English department at any university, let alone an Ivy League one, would celebrate. But they took it down, and they said why? Because he was a white European male. And so they put up a non-white, non-male who was gay, whom no one heard of. Because they don't celebrate English or English literature at the English department. They celebrate race-based ideology. This did not awaken the liberal. Leah Thomas did not awaken the liberal. A man who shows his genitals to the females on the swim team because he says he's a woman, and then competes and defeats women in swimming when he couldn't defeat men in swimming. This didn't awaken them. All right. Then I welcome, hello, liberals.
The Genucel Dark Spot Corrector sale ends promptly this Sunday, and guess what ends with it? That crazy 70% discount. That's right, all gone Sunday night. Go to Genucel.com/MK60 right now. Don't delay one more minute. Here's Marsha from Austin, Texas, writing, "My puffy eyes were gone after 24 hours and 2 treatments. Dark spots fading and definitely less laugh lines. A win all around." Take advantage of the Genucel most popular package, which now includes the Dark Spot Corrector, plus the classic Genucel bags and puffiness treatment and immediate effects product, all for 70% off. Try the best skincare in the world for yourself, completely risk-free. Go to Genucel.com/MK60 today and start looking years, even decades younger tomorrow. All orders upgraded to free shipping. See results day one and get compliments everywhere you go. Guaranteed. That's GENUCEL.com/MK60, Genucel.com/MK60. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.